Hello, welcome to these kind of a model showcase. Yeah, it's probably the best thing to call this. It isn't really a conversion. Alright, I want to introduce you to Galen. He's my Frostgrave warband wizard. He's an enchanter. So, his thing, he likes to make magic weapons and magic constructs. That's his big thing. But as you can see, he's getting a little bit up there in years. And so, an old man, such as he is, he sometimes needs to be able to sit down and take a break. So, what he decided to do is to make something that would help him out on his adventures in Feldgast. Now, the thing is, he can't just carry a chair or a folding chair along with him. That's extra gear. He doesn't really need that. And if you would have somebody carrying like a rickshaw or something he can sit in, that's a soldier that would be better used elsewhere. So he decided, well, what if he just made himself an armchair as a magical construct? But you know what? That could be interesting. So he pondered. He went to his drawing board and started sketching out ideas. Took a look around his laboratory and found different chairs and stuff he had, and thought, what could he do? Who could he enlist to help him? And then he came up with this. His armchair. Okay? Now, his armchair is designed to allow him to rest and sit wherever he needs on the battlefield. It's comfortable, has nice padded cushions, and is upholstered in a very, very fine fuchsia silk fabric, so that he has the finer things in life. But of course, having a construct with him, he really needs to make sure that it contributes to the warband as well. So he's decided to have a sculptor that he knows fashion a couple arms from clay, and gave him a mace that he was able to buy from a local shop. Now, the thing is, he had one problem. Chair can't talk. Has no mouth. So, what can he do? So he decided to fashion this little stick with the bells. That way, two things. He would always know where his armchair was when it came time to find a rest. And the armchair could always signal, using the bells, whether there was danger nearby or whether he found some treasure. Of course, having hands, he can also pick up the treasure and put it in his seat. So, all around, Galen has come up with a pretty good way to tackle his problem of fatigue on his adventuring in Feldgast. So, Galen's pretty happy now. We'll have to see how it performs in Frostgrave, and we'll just, hopefully, it'll do its job. Alright, so anyway, I wanted to show this guy off. Here's kind of how I went about it. Now, if you remember, I built out of MDF, a front, foreground scenery, Polish rural dwelling. And on the sprues that were left over, I was able to cut out some of these MDF planks. There were some of these MDF panels that I had to kind of cut a little bit narrower. This section here, where the arm is, was actually the corner piece of a frame. One of the segments, I forget which pieces it was, but just cut those just right and got myself a nice armchair. These are Chaos Cultist arms from one of the fantasy sprues, and voila, you have all the parts you need. This was a mace as well, or a hammer or something. I cut off the head, shaved it down, and this was a bell attachment that you could put on one of the banners, and I simply glued it to the end of that stick. Very, very simple to do. This side, both arms have a vambrace that's leather, and this one came with a sleeve, so of course it had to be the fuchsia upholstery. The actual cushions are upholstered with green stuff. Yeah, let's see if I can well, this will focus. And I used the fuchsia and used a red. See, there we go. A red tone from Army Painter. And I used a small tube, brass tube, to make impressions of those little round, like, button cushion or cushion buttons that you saw in some of the older style upholstery, and got myself a nice little chair. Now I haven't based it yet. I'm still working on how I want to go about doing that, but I am very happy with this came out. It's a lot of fun. I actually was able to play with it in the first practice games we had. We started a campaign this last weekend, so it was a lot of fun. He did fairly well. Did get broken at one point, but still, it was a blast building this, and it adds a lot of flavor when my Enchanter, my old Enchanter, needed some place to sit down. So, okay. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the model and this little video about it. So let me know below what you think, and again, share, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm going to try to put together some Frostgrave scenarios, but right now we're running basically 4-player missions, so it's not quite as clean and simple of a campaign as a traditional Frostgrave would be. So once we get learn the rules real well and we're a little better at it, we'll probably start doing some Frostgrave type videos. Okay, but we're only doing that once a month, so it may not be for a bit. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching. Tune in next time when we see other models that I've decided to come up with for either Frostgrave or some of my other 40K projects. All right. Thanks for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.